How's it going, guys? Welcome to a quick update. Um, there were five altcoins that some people had mentioned on today's mastermind. I know we were short on time, but like I said, I would promise you guys that I would go over these five altcoins. So before we get into that, I just want to, get into a Bitcoin really quick, right? Because before we look at any altcoins, we want to know the direction, Bitcoin's gonna go. So, not much activity since. I mean, we did literally just go over it a couple hours ago, but as you can see, um, there was a hard close here on the daily time frame. I'm really hoping we find another hard close here on the daily time frame, but there's still 20 hours left. This is a brand new candle, so what we have to do is look at the 4 hour. Okay, so at this point, the more 4 hour hard closes above this daily, which is pretty much on this 4 hour support as well, um, the better. Okay, so what we have to do locally is mark our, um, a very local uptrend. So you can see here that's invalid. We evolve it from here to the next swing low. So um, let's delete this uptrend for now, just so you guys can see it a little more clearly. So we have this local uptrend, right? If you guys see it, let me just make a triangle. Hopefully you guys see this is an apex. Okay, so we have this resistance here, the 4 hour origin level. We have a very local 4 hour uptrend, and then you can see it reaches this apex here. So the reason why I made this local 4 hour level is because this area, right, this 4 hour zone has been tested so much. Um, I don't even want to count, probably more than I can count on my hand. Um, so when you see a level like this consistently retesting the support, it can also be a bearish sign. So what negates that is creating trend lines, okay? By marking this trend line, see, without this trend line, we're, as we see it, when we look at it, we're like, oh man, this support has been tested so many times, it looks like it's gonna break. So by marking this uptrend now, right, as you can see, it's actually laddering, okay? So um, we have to be aware that Bitcoin needs to maintain this ladder, right? It can even be the slightest ladder, right? As long as it maintains a ladder, um, we can confirm that, there's more of a chance that it will move up, okay? Whereas if, let's say, you know, there wasn't a ladder, there was, and let's say the wick, and let's say the wicks were going like this, that'd be considered a downtrend now. We don't want that, okay? So in this case scenario, it's actually moving in an uptrend. So this we still have 44 minutes left of this red candle, so we'll see how this uptrend holds, okay? And as long as it maintains this 4 hour uptrend locally, right? That's giving us more opportunity because, right? Because the more hard closes above this daily downtrend, the better, okay? So let's just see how this 4 hour candle reacts, okay? And we'll see how it turns out, okay? So with that into consideration, let's go over our altcoins. So we have Caspa. One second. We have Caspa. Um, right? So let's let me see what Tether's looking like. I don't know if I had this on my save. Nope. So first, I just want to see, what coin has the most information, right? So, okay, so the most information was May 2023 on KuCoin. Let's see, Maxi, May. Okay. Oh, okay. So I think this is the one that we did. Oh, wow. So, um, We definitely charted this coin before because, as you can see, there are a ton of levels that we marked, and they're all on red. So let's see what's going on here. So it looks like we charted it back here because I marked the circle. Um, it looks like we charted this back when trend was just here. So back in what looks like, yeah, September. So um, it's crazy how well respected these levels have look like. Right at although it did not really break out exactly at the apex, this was the apex. It moves up. You had this daily level. This daily level, use it as support, moves up, breaks right through this. Um, we even have a swing eye over here that was marked. And at this point, that's price discovery. And as you can see, if we move this forward, this is acting as an origin level, and eventually it just skyrocketed up. But as you can see, this daily uptrend was really what all it needed to maintain. See, the second point was dotted way back in July, and it pretty much held this uptrend since. Um, Now it's in price discovery, as you can see here, guys, which is crazy. So let's actually remove all these drawings and, start from scratch. So um, this is an insane move, guys. So in my opinion, this, I wouldn't even bother entering in this. Um, in my opinion, just like there's way better coins out there. So, we mark the daily downtrends, right? Those are pretty basic levels. Um, what's next, right? So one, we look at the last red candle before the uptrend, right? Okay, awesome. This is untested. What's next? We also have the bottom peak here, right? That acts as support, right? That's also a level, okay? Untested. And then you can also have the wick, which here is tested, okay? So it's nice. It's finally, falling in this region, right? I would expect it to continue to fall and find support within this region here. But as you can see, the next daily apex isn't until 2024. That's a stretch, guys. I think the pump on this coin already happened. Um, because again, this next apex here, I mean, even if, let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say there was a peak there, let's say even it went this way, right? You have this apex, you still have this apex still, the macro apex is still, doesn't change. Um, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of time for this coin to to find accumulation in, and obviously, we could just go back here, um, and this would be our daily origin level. So you can even mark these over here as well. But the thing is that what you really want to pay attention to is when it eventually gets to this region here, because honestly, I think that's where it's personally is going to find support, um, in my opinion. So I would say wait until it gets down here, because regardless, there's a lot of time for accumulation anyway. So yeah, what's next? So we have API 3. Um, let's see this one. Oh, perfect. So it looks like we charted this coin as well on the weekly time frame. Perfect. So, I mean, we see these purple levels are actually weekly levels. So as you guys can see, this was a local. Oh yeah, okay, I actually remember this. So yeah, we locally made a weekly downtrend. As you can see on the weekly time frame, you see this long wick right here. That was a rejection against this downtrend, and yeah, it looks like it's perfectly respecting the levels that we already originally had created here. So if I were you, um, we would go to the daily. Okay, let's just start off with the daily. Okay, just like on Bitcoin, right? What we need to see here are more hard closes above this weekly. The more hard closes above this weekly level on the daily time frame, the more chances of a hard close on a weekly. And when there's a weekly hard close above that, you guys know it's pretty much going to moon up from there to the following resistances. But because all of these resistances have been tested, there's a great amount of space for this coin to just move up to $4. Honestly, I generally wouldn't be surprised. It's not a surprise if it did. So yeah, right. Same trend that brings it down will be the same trend that brings it up. Okay. And obviously your resistance, right, on the weekly time frame, make these purple. Um, yeah, so that's API. Let's go runner. Huh. I think you might have meant rune because you put RUNR um, on the message. So because it's on Binance, I believe you meant rune. Okay. Wow. So this is the coin. So this is a coin where, like, if you're we just went over Caspa that just pumped like crazy. What you want to look at are coins that look boring, right? Like this, this area here, right? When you see something like this, that should actually pique your interest, okay? Because right off the bat, this level tested this swing high. I already knew, just by looking at it, right? Weekly time frame, same trend that brought it down is the same trend that brings it up. This was actually a tested weekly level. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty much as simple as that. It looks like the move was missed. So here, and even here, guys, like, you evolve the downtrend, you evolve the trend, right? The downtrend, and you can just perfect apex breakout, okay? So, um, we do that, we do, oh man, so that's not looking good, guys. So you have a weekly apex there, okay? Yeah, that's rough. That's a it moved up 700%. That's the move, guys. Yeah, in my opinion. Um, Origin. Honestly, I'll just move it to this peak here. That's already okay. Yeah, I mean weekly doesn't look too good. Um, Untested weekly. We have a small apex next year in March, but ultimately that big one's over here. But let's go to the daily and see what's going on. Okay. Got some daily levels inside here. I mean, if you'd like, it looks like, it just pumps, so um again, you'd have to wait for accumulation to happen. Sorry. Um okay. Um okay, so good amount of these levels are untested. Okay, so a good amount of levels are untested on the daily time frame, but if this daily doesn't hold, right, you can say goodbye and it's going down here, and then the apex would be here locally. But regardless, guys, this there's still so much space here that, like, I would just move on to the next coin. You know, take take a profit, sell it, and that's it. Call it a day. Move on to the next coin. In my opinion, for Rune, I don't think it's unless it holds this daily and finds the opportunity to break out. Yes, but then again, that's not even until next year, March. So that's why I say, you gotta have to wait until accumulation happens and see how this untested daily support holds. Um, and again, if that breaks, it's moving down here, and then here, here. But considering that these are all untested, this is, a good amount of support for it to find. There possibility that it could move up before this apex here or even here. Okay, so really not much that we can do. The move happened, and you just have to wait for the accumulation to to occur. Atom, Cosmos. Okay, We are on the weekly. Perfect. Weekly on Binance. I know this looks far-fetched, it looks crazy, but that's the downtrend. Okay. Right, let's see what we can do here. I already know there's not gonna. Okay. Weekly, weekly, weekly. Okay, so because this has been in accumulation just for so long, really no point of moving that point over after every candle. Um, what we can do on the weekly is obviously, we have weekly levels here. Okay. Um, trends. Okay. You can then even mark that local level here. That's the local downtrend, and then even back here would have gave you that opportunity, this apex here. Although the weekly apex, you didn't, if honestly that apex you would have had it here, you would have saw it breaking down, and you'd be like, oh shoot. But it's probably because there's a weekly level inside here, maybe like an origin point here, right? Oh, perfect. So like an origin level here that was acting as support, as like the last resort support. But then from here, you then evolve it and then evolve it again to there. And then that would be apex to break out. It breaks out of the apex to test this local region. Honestly, I'm gonna just keep this over here until we need to. We just need to focus on this local downtrend. As you can see here, this is the weekly downtrend on the localized level. Um, Apex isn't until 2024 on a much higher on a macro on the macro Apex. But let's go to the daily time frame and see what we're working with. Okay, perfect. So let's just use a daily for now here. I want to see what it looks like on the daily. Well, let's make this red. So very steep uptrend. It's showing signs of weakness. Right off the bat, it's probably testing, an origin swing high here. The last green candle before the uptrend. Wow, so this is actually, I think, an untested. Let's make this red, which is now tested now because it wicked it. Do we have any more origin levels here? Yeah, that's origin level or another one. So a lot of levels here. Actually, if it does break above this weekly downtrend, I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to slowly move up. But considering this is such a steep move up, yeah, I mean, I'd be careful. Just it's already on its move up. So again, we only like to buy on accumulation, but if you just want to be aware, just keep in mind that this daily uptrend is really what's holding this move up, and it's already hitting the weekly downtrend. So just be careful with that. You know, yeah, really no need to. Just focus on this daily uptrend. If it breaks, guys. It wouldn't be good. Honestly, it would probably just fall back down, right? Possibly to this daily region here that I marked, which also coincides, right? I could have just marked this as a weekly, to be honest. Make these purple. So yeah, yeah. Just keep watch out for that daily uptrend. Last but not least, we have DYDX. This is a very coin I'm very familiar with. Back in the day, I remember it moved up like crazy. Um, I forgot what exchange was that? Mm, maybe I'm confusing with another coin. Yeah, I might be confusing with another coin. All right, so this is it. So it looks like we charted this already. Um, yeah, I mean, so the great thing about charting this on like, weekly time frames is that like, there's really not much to update till now. So we have this tested weekly origin level, right? looks like we made it during this point here because I have the apex here. It finds accumulation under this weekly suppression, right? On this weekly origin level, it's an accumulation. That's where you would have accumulated at. All right, let's delete that level now. Let's delete this too. It found some resistance here, but it moved up because these were already tested levels. Okay, perfect. All right. And now it's just entering, starting to enter an accumulation. So this is still untested, guys. Um, I think it will eventually test this weekly to, that's where it would, honestly, I think it would find that bounce to move up um, out of this weekly, in my opinion. I think it's going to find some accumulation on this weekly. So honestly, in my opinion, that'd be like your second chance of buying this coin if you're interested. Um, Even the swing on here is tested, so that's a good thing. Okay, and then you obviously from here, it's just you got these levels here, so um, yeah, nice 124%. Yeah, if it's worth it. I don't know really much about this coin, but yeah, your accumulation will be on the weekly here. And considering these are tested, there's a higher chance of it breaking out of it to test this untested weekly levels. So yeah, so awesome. Glad we already had that charted already. Um, yeah. So yeah, really that's generally the updates. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments. Just leave them down below, and yeah, get to you as soon as I can. See you on the next one, guys. Bye.